employee, and she gets paid for 20 hours a week, and every week she works at least 40, and most of the time 60 or more. Joyce, you are incredible. Thank you for all you do. I'm just going to give some thank yous, some acknowledgments, and then I will pass this on. But I would like to thank Billy and Patrick. Aren't they incredible? And if you don't listen to Q97 already, you should do it, because listening to them in the morning starts your day off right. They are cheerful, happy, wonderful guys, and we appreciate them helping us out year after year like this. The Furball crew worked so hard. This is an event that has a million details. I saw Debbie Leisha and Margaret Mullis. Margaret, where are you? She's just running her little heart out today. There's Margaret. Margaret chaired this event, and she did an incredible job. It's got a lot of details, and we just have so much fun. It's so fun because so many friends and family here. I'm just having so much fun. I just love it. So Margaret, Debbie Leisha, I saw her working her little heart out yesterday. She did a good job. Linda, Charlie, Kathy, Joyce, Pat, Shirley, Karen and Tiffany, Marianne, Ann, everybody who was here. Some people, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but they did a good job. Okay, the sponsors. We had some wonderful sponsors, and sponsorship is so important for us to be able to put this on in a way that makes it this great of an event. Wind River, they always help us out. Thank you, Wind River. Pat and Jim Waters, Reading Bank of Commerce in Palisadro, Bruce Preston, Guild Mortgage, VCA Asher. We spent a lot of time there. Palisadro Eye Care, Andy and Nancy Main, Reading Kia, Subaru, Crown Motors, T. James Fisher, Kathy's Canine Connections. I think there was one more that I didn't get to. Gail's Bookkeeping. Sleepy Hollow Pet Memorial. Thank you all for all of this. This organization is amazing because it's all in memory of Abby, and it started with $50 and an idea. $50 and an idea. And we secured a thrift store, and 7 years later we bought property for a no-kill sanctuary, which is just incredible. It's amazing, isn't it? It's a wonderful piece of property where kitties can, we only have kitties, all the dogs are in foster care, and we always need more foster care. The kitties can live in kind of a home-type environment. And when those kitties are adopted, we can tell you exactly the personality of that kitty. So when you give to this organization, you are giving directly to this organization. You're not giving to something that has a lot of overhead. And if you adopt an animal from this organization, you can rest assured that we have checked you out thoroughly, and you are going to give a good home to those babies that we have loved and nurtured and taken care of. You do a great job, really. And I'm going to just pat ourselves on the back because we do good. Okay, there are a few people. We have a new little designation. You ready, Sue? It's called Angels for Animals, because all of our volunteers, all of them are Angels for Animals, and they all work tirelessly. But this is a little segment. This will be our charter group, and so we are going to acknowledge a few of the people here. And the first people who really doesn't like much grandstanding, so we're just going to suffice to say she's an incredible woman. We love her dearly. She works hard, always with a smile. Lita Murray. Would you raise your hand, Lita? Would you just raise your hand, Lita? Lita is an angel of animals. And so we just gave her a little plaque to remind her how much we adore her. There are several people who have made a difference in our sanctuary. Our sanctuary was a foreclosure. And so when we got there, I drove out there and I thought, oh boy, you know, there were tires and there was metal and there were paint cans and everything. And today it is just a wonderful place for kitties. It has had new windows and gravel and vinyl and new buildings and all thanks to a lot of people, friends and our own volunteers who give generously and often, and we thank them. So one of the people who is my personal angel, and she's probably going to get me for this, but she saves my sanity every day of the year, and she medicates the babies, and she knows each and every one of them. Tina Purcell, you are my angel. She knows every single baby out there, and she can tell me in a minute if they have a bad tooth, and then Dr. Caraway takes care of it, and we help all of them. So thank you so much. Margaret Mullis, you are an angel for animals. She has for years fostered babies. She's back there giving hugs to somebody. Sue, can you see her? Margaret? You're an angel for animals. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. She worked so hard on this Furball, and she's done it more than once. Usually people get kind of burned out, but she's done it more than once. Okay, so another person who has donated generously and made a difference in our sanctuary is Ellis Goad. Ellis, would you raise your hand to show us where you are? Ellis. Linda, where are you? Would you take his plaque? Linda's got a she's clear over here. So Ellis has made sure that the place for our feral kitties has greatly improved because of Ellis's generosity, and he's been our spokesperson. He's been a good guy. So last but not least, and this is a very special evening, not just because so many of my dear friends and some of my family is here. Sandy Shelby is here, and we are so excited about that. And this is the woman who said, I can do this better. I know how to do this better. And she, with her passion and her dedication and her tenacity, her hard work, she started this organization, and look what it has become. Sandy, would you come up here? Sandy is definitely an angel for animals, and so we have a plaque for her. Whenever anybody asks me about her, I always say, she always does what's best for the animals. Sandy.
Well, I've been called a lot of things, but Angel's a good one. Thank you guys so much. It's such an honor to be back here. I remember the first year that we started this, and Billy and Patrick have been amazing, and you know, everybody that has just walked through making sure that this dream became a reality. I love all of you so much. Phyllis, this girl, I tell her all the time, she and I are kindred spirits, and I love her so much. And thank you to Kathy and Margaret and Joyce and Paulette and all the people who just kept with making sure that this dream became a reality. You guys just, I may not live in this area anymore. I came back just for this night, but this organization will always be a part of my heart. And we actually started this organization because of something that happened a really long time ago. And I was thinking, you know, I was asked to say a few words tonight about, you know, the organization and what would I actually say? Well, the organization actually started because of a dog named Abby. And so I thought, if I have the opportunity to stand up here and say something, maybe I should just write a letter to Abby and say it to her. So I wrote a letter to Abby, and I'm going to read it to all of you. So bear with me. I'm going to try to make it all the way through. Phyllis is my rescue in case I get choked up. But here we go. Dear Abby, there are some things that I want you to know. With all the shelters that I've worked in and all the lives that I've saved, I have never forgotten you or the impact that meeting you has had on me. Rescue work can rip your heart out, and at the same time, it can restore your soul. Looking back at my daily routine at the shelter that you were in, I remember walking each and every day to look at the animals so that I could network them to rescues or fosters or adoption events. As I walked through those aisles each day and I saw those eyes that were filled with fear and confusion, looking back at me, it was the motivation to try harder to get them out each day alive. I've always lived by the motto that while you do not have a voice, I sure do, and I've used it for years to call, to write, and to beg. And I think many of you are witnesses to my begging. I can point to several of you. To beg people to come and to help. And then one day, Abby, I met you. Of all the animals who looked at me each day, your face absolutely melted my heart. I see a little soul looking back at me in those cages. None are just a number. With you, Abby, our souls connected when I looked at you. I saw you cowering and shaking in the back of your kennel, and I knew that you were scared and confused. The loud barking, the smells, the fear of all the other dogs added to your own fear. The blanket that I gave you some comfort, but your body still trembled. I was drawn to come in the cage with you. As I sat down in the kennel, I could see you watching me, wondering if I could be trusted. I slowly coaxed you into my lap. As you allowed me to comfort you, you slowly climbed on top of me, and it was then that I felt your trembling body relax for the first time, and your deep sigh of relief absolutely broke my heart. I knew right then that you would be mine. As the days passed and no one claimed you, I was able to start the process to bring you home. I was going to adopt you. I promised you it would be okay each and every time I came to your kennel to visit you. I told you that when I got back from my conference that I would take you home with me. You would never have to be alone again. Excuse me. Upon returning from my trip, I went straight to your kennel and you weren't there. In spite of the numerous notes on your paperwork, on your cage card, and on the computer, they euthanized you when I was gone. My precious girl was gone. There are no words to describe my rage, my heartbreak, and an ache that I've never forgotten. It was then, Abby, that I felt that the shelter that I had left, I left the shelter that day. And I decided that I would start one where nothing like that could ever happen again. And I would do it in your memory and your honor. And you can see Abby's photo here and over here. In August of 2005, we got our not-for-profit with Another Chance Animal Welfare League. The dream of becoming a no-kill shelter and the work that we wanted to achieve began. Along with myself, I gathered Phyllis Pollock, who was then president of the shelter I was at, and one of my dearest friends in life, Mike and Donna Kahn, Carol Willard, Linda Flaherty, and Laura Rathie, and we founded Another Chance together. I'm so proud. I can't even explain to you guys how proud I am to be standing here right now and to see where we've come. The dream was to get a sanctuary. Today we have a thrift store, an adoption center, a sanctuary, incredible volunteers, foster parents, a board that cares, and also some staff that care. And thank you for that. We continue to save lives. So please know, Abby, that I saved another dog from a shelter in Chicago with nearly 1,000 dogs in it that day, and I named her after you. I still have her today. Your memory will live in my heart always. I still work in the shelter to this day. I still save lives, and I think of you often. I'll see you again one day, my sweet girl. Until then, please remember that you were loved and that you did deserve another chance. I will forever be sorry that that was taken from you. Love always, Sandy.